Good morning, students. So this is a part 3 of percentage. So what are the things you have studied till now? You have studied the basic introduction about percentage, changing fraction to percentage to fraction, multiplying factor. Okay. So let's see some little revision of what you have studied till now. Suppose it is given something like this, that you have to find 45% of 245. How will you find? Never ever do that. You write 45 into 245 and then 100. Okay, never ever do that. What you can do instead, that you write this value as 50% minus 5% of 245. I hope this is easy now. 50% of 245 is 122.5 and minus 5% of that, 5% of value will be point and divided by, so that is 12.25, and you can subtract this and get the answer. I hope this is easier than multiplying these two values and getting the answer. Okay, so this is the one. Another one, if you want to see, that is another example, that is 73.8% of 83.33. How will you solve? Never say that it will be 73.8 into 83.33 by 100. By this way, obviously, you don't need my class. You need a calculator. Okay. So what you can say, that 83.33. What is this value actually? 83.33. 5 by 6 value. So 83.33 value is 5 by 6. So what you can say? 5 by 6. Now I'm writing is 83.33% of 73.8. Now what you can say? 5 by 6 of 73 by 8. Now what you can say? 6 1s are 6 2s are 6 3s are into 5. Yes or no? 61.8. What you can say? This is 61.8. Right? And this will be actually not 1.8, it will be 1.5. So 61.5. The unit digit will be 5 only, right? So with this you can easily find. Now you are clear with this idea, right? Now, when we were looking about multiplying factor, there's one more thing I want to tell you. There are actually 3 structures in percentages. Okay, there are 3 structures. I would say there are 3 structures. First structure will be something like, suppose you have 960, okay, number, and this is increasing by something plus 12.5%. So what is the population after 1 year, right? Second structure could be something like this, that 960 is becoming 1080, then what is the rate of interest? And third structure is that something is becoming at 12.5% interest as 1080. These 3 structures, if you have practiced well, then percentage will be cake for you. Now I would say that how these things are actually important. Now this one will be something like, some population will be there after 1 year, 10% rate. What is the population? Right? This one, the population is becoming from 2010 to 2011 from 960 to 1080 million. What is the rate of change that you will be getting? This one is the most important one. This one, they will be simply telling you that after profit percentage of 12.5%, your selling price is 1080. Find the cost price. Yes or no? So actually how people solve here is like this one, x plus x 12.5% value is 1080. Then 112.5, they divide and then get the answer. If you have mastered this and this one, then your life will become easier. If you have not mastered this thing, then your life will be actually difficult. It's better to master this thing. Okay. So now the thing is that how we can master these things, okay, these three structures. Anyway, For that you should know the percentage, first thing. Second thing, you should know about something about multiplying quantities. Okay. So we'll just go to successive increment once again to understand these structures. So I would say that if I'm talking about something like P equal to A into B, what I'm saying you that A is increased 10% and B is increased 20%. Right? So if A is increased 10%, though you can write that this will become 1.1A and then this B will become 1.2B, or what actually you can say that 1.32 AB, or can you say this actually it will become 1.32 P. P was AB, right? So you can say now this new value, I would say this P new is what? 1.32 P. Means what? How much percentage increment is happening? P is becoming P new. You can say that your increment is 32%. Right? Now, in P equal to A into B, I'm just talking about this. Just look. I'm saying P equal to A into B. Okay. Now go back also here. I would say. Actually, if A and B, instead of this A and B, if you write this value, that actually it is area equal to length into breadth. Area of what? Rectangle. Area of a rectangle is length into breadth. Means if length you are increasing, breadth you are increasing, or I would say if you are increasing or reducing, I would say changing. You are changing length and you are changing breadth. Then there is some change is happening in area. The change will be the change happening in successive increment. So what actually you can say, if you increase length and then you increase breadth, then the change which is happening will be successive change. And this is not only in the case of area, it will be any type. P equal to A into B, any type it is possible. I'll show you. P equal to A into B, what are the things could be there? I would say, suppose, first thing what you have studied, distance. Distance equal to speed into time. One thing is given. Second thing could be something like work done. What is work done by anyone? You can say efficiency into time taken. Yes or no? That will be your work done. Or you can say, suppose in a home, there's sugar is being consumed. Sugar price is 10 rupees per kg. And the consumption is actually 5 kg. So what is the expenditure of a home? 50 rupees. What you have done? Multiplied. So you can say expenditure of any home. You can say expenditure of any home will be what? You can say consumption into price per unit. Unit might be kg, it might be liter, it might be anything. It might be sugar, it might be atta, it might be flour, it might be water, it might be anything. Okay. So unit, price per unit expenditure. Suppose I'm talking about revenue of its state through revenue of any state through income tax only. So what you can say? What will be the revenue of state? You can say that it will be like population. How many people are there who are paying the taxes into income tax per person? Yes or no? You will be getting the total revenue. Suppose 1000 people are there, each one is paying 10 rupees. So how much will be the total revenue? 10,000 rupees. Suppose I am talking about revenue of a cinema hall. Revenue of cinema hall. What you can say for revenue of cinema hall? I am talking about per day. What you can say? Price of one ticket or unit price into number of tickets sold. Revenue of cinema hall will be price of one ticket into number of tickets sold. All these things comes under P equal to A into B. Anywhere, whenever these thing comes, suppose population increase is there, IT they are asking, anywhere you can apply the successive increase or decrease. How we can apply that we will see through the questions. Suppose if it is not clear at this point of time, it will be clear when I am solving the questions. Okay. Now there are three kinds of these kind of questions. Three types I would say, that is P equal to A into B. So 3 cases are there. First case, this one is second, and this one is third. So what are those cases? In P equal to A into B, what will happen? A will change and B will also change. Increase or reduction, and then P will also change. Then this is a case of first, I would say this is type 1. Then type 2. Type 2, what will happen? P will be constant. P will be constant. If P is constant, then what you can say that if A is increasing, B will be reduced. Yes or no? And if A is reducing, B will be increased. Second type. Third type is it will be conditional change in P. Something like this, like if A is increased 10% and P has to be increased 20%, how much B has to increase? Conditional change. Till now here conditions were applied only on A and B, but here conditions are applied on P and A, or P or B. Okay. So these 3 types are there. This is type 3. So we'll be seeing each and every type through questions. So understand, I'm just going to tell you some. And here one more thing was there, I just forgot. Area also, where we started, with which we have started. Area equal to length into breadth, right? Okay. Now this is one thing. Another thing is, suppose it is given something like this, that Z equal to A into B into C into D into E into F and so on. And each and every element is increased. A is also increased, B is also increased, C is also increased, D is reduced, E is reduced, F is reduced, G is increased, something. So for each and every element you can put this arrow. What is this arrow? Successive increment. This arrow is for successive increment. I hope this is clear till now, right? Okay. Now let's see one more thing, that is, if I'm talking about, suppose I'm talking about 20%, that is what? 1 by 5. If I say that one quantity is there, okay, that is increased 20%. What you can say, if that quantity is increased, it will be 20%. What actually you can say that, suppose this quantity is X, or you can say this X old, and what quantity you are getting after increment is X new, right? Can you write this one as X old plus 20% of X old equal to X new? 20% value is 1 by 5. So what you can write is X old into 1 plus 1 by 5 equal to X new. Or if I say that X new divided by X old, can you say this will become 5 plus 1 divided by 5? I'm not writing 6 here. I'm just writing 5 plus 1. Okay. Now, same case, let's check for reduction also. X old is there and X new is there, right? Minus 20% reduction. Right? Now here, what you will be saying? This thing will be same. Only change will be minus. So I'm just writing this line, X old into 1 minus 1 by 5 equal to X new. What you can say? X new by X old value will be 5 minus 1 divided by 5. Now these two things you should actually remember. Very, very important. Now I'm going to tell you the basic about percentage. This value is called base or original number. Original. Anything original. Okay. Base or original. And this value is called result. Okay. Now, now if you see that increment is happening, increase is happening, can you say this base is becoming base plus result? Yes or no? Your base, when 20% increase is happening, means 5 will become 6. And when reduction is happening, means this base is becoming base minus result. Right? one more thing you see. When I'm talking about 20 percentage equal to 1 by 5, this value was base and this value was result. So whenever increase is happening, you can say base will become base plus result, and whenever reduction is happening, base will become base minus result, right? How this will be useful? How it will be useful? Okay, suppose you told it is told that in any rectangle, right? In any rectangle, your length is increased by 10 percentage and your breadth is also increased by 20 percentage. So what will be the percentage change in area? How can you solve that? You can say one thing for sure, that one thing is very sure, that area equal to length into breadth. So one thing that change will be, you remember that A plus B plus AB by 100, directly right? So 10 plus 2, 10 plus 20 plus 10 into 20 by 100. So this value will be 32 percentage, right? One way of doing it. Another way of doing it, you can say 100 then plus 10 plus 20. Another way of doing, and one more way of doing is, you can write that 10 percentage value is 1 by 10 and 20 percentage value is 1 by 5. Yes. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to write length component here, I'm going to write breadth component here, and I'm going to write area old value and area new value, right? Now one thing, that when increase is happening, this is increase, right? And this is also increase. You can say increase is happening means length will become 10 will become 11, yes or no? 10 will become 11 and here 5 will become 6. So check. So this 10 will become 11 and here breadth will become 5 will become 6. How much increase is happening actually? You can say total, what was the area actually? 50. What was the area? 50. What is area becoming now? 66. Now what is the change happening? 16. Percentage change will be 16 by 50 into 100. And what you can say for this? This is 32 percentage. Yes. Clear? I hope you don't have any issue in this, right? But you might be saying that, sir, why we are using this method? A plus B method was really better. That method was really better, than why we are using it? It is little lengthy, taking time. So I have answer for that also. Check. Suppose you have length is increased 16 2 by 3 percentage and breadth is reduced 37.5 percentage. Now can you apply this A plus B plus AB by 100? If you apply, it will take a lot of time, but same thing you can do by this ratio approach is very easily. With that approach you can do very easily. You can say this is area old and this is area new. What you can actually say about it, this value is actually what? 1 by 6 and it is increasing 1, means 6 will become 7. This is reducing 1, this value is 3 by 8, or you can say that 8 will become 8 minus 3, that is 5. Reduction means what? The base will become base minus result. What is the result value? 3. Okay. So what you can say from here, 8 will become 5. Now you can say length about 6, 7 and this is 8 and 5. What you can say, this is 48 before and now it is becoming 35. How much reduction? 13. What you can say, this will be 13 by 48 into 100. Yes or no? It will be approximately equal to 26 percentage and actually less than 26 percentage. Why it will be less than 26 percentage? You can say this 48 is actually approximately equal to 50. You can say approximately 26, but will not be equal to 26. It will be less than 26 or more than 26? More than 26. Why? Because you are reducing the denominator. So this value will be actually more than 26 and nearby 26 percentage. You can approximate the value and then get the answer. I hope this is clear how we can utilize this method. Right? Now, this is one way. Another way, you should know this thing also, that suppose this is given like 16 2 by 3 percentage equal to 1 by 6, or 57 1 by 7 percentage is 4 by 7, or something like 20 percentage value is 1 by 5, or something like 14 2 by 7 percentage value is 1 by 7. One thing you can say about this thing is, 16 2 by 3 percentage of 6 is 1. 57 1 by 7 percentage of 7 is 4. 20 percentage of 5 is 1. 14 2 by 7 percentage of 7 is 1. You can simply, this one, I'm just rubbing this one so that I can show you how I'm able to say this. So I'm just rubbing this. This part I'm writing. So this part I can write as, can you write this one is 16 2 by 3 percentage of 6 equal to 1. What I've done? Cross multiplication. So 6 has gone there. So 16 2 by 3 percentage into 6 means of 6 is 1. And that's what I was saying, right? 16 2 by 3 percentage of 6 is 1. If you remember this thing, things will be very easy for you. Let's see some questions. With that, by using the same concept, how you can, solve the question. Okay. So, before that, I would say that you solve this question. Okay, this is fine. Or what I can do is go with this. This is one number. So solve it with this value, not this. So you can say this value, you can make it 25 percentage, and the result becomes 5500. Find the original number. So actually for solving this, what you can say that I can assume the number as x. X plus 25 percentage of x value is 5500. Or what you can say that this value is 1 by 4. You can say x into 5 by 4 value is 5500, or you can say x value is 4400. This is when you know the values of 25. But do you need to do all these things? No. What actually you can say, this method will be little difficult if values are something like 16.67, 37.5 percentage. It will be little difficult for you, writing this thing. What you can actually say, I can say here itself that if it is 20 percentage, and that is actually 1 by 25 percentage, that is 1 by 4. I know this is your base, or original number. I told you in starting. This is your base or original number. So what they are telling is 4, that original number, plus 25 percentage of 4. That's what they are telling. Now number plus 25% of that number is giving how much? 5500. Or what you can say, 4 plus 1 is corresponding to 5500, or 5 is corresponding to 5500. So 1 will correspond to 1100. What is actually your original number? 4. So the answer will be 4400. So whenever you get like this question, you don't have to solve by this method. What actually you can say, 16.67 percentage. What you will be writing this? 1 by 6. So if added with itself means 6 plus 16, 6.7 percentage of 6, that is 1. That is how much? 4956. So 7 will correspond to how much? 7 7s are 7 8s are. 1 is corresponding to this. Original number means what? 6 they are asking. So 6 value will be 6 into 708. That is 4842. These things should be instant. You can save a lot of time in these calculations. If you're not going by X method, it's always advisable to avoid X as much as possible. Okay. Is it clear? Right. If I give you another question, something like if 57 1 by 7 percentage of a number is added with itself, then the result is 220. Find the number. 57 1 by 7 percentage of a number is added with itself, and the result is 220. What's the number? So you can say 57 1 by 7 percentage is 4 by 7. 4 by 7 means 7 is added with 4. This is what? 7, that number, plus 57 1 by 7 percentage of 7 is 4. So that is actually what? 220. So 11 is 220. So one value is 20. What do you need actually? 7, right? 7 is the original number. So you can say 7 value is 140. That is how you can get the answers. Clear? Any doubt? If you have any doubt, please let me know. Okay. Now we can go for next question. Suppose this is given like 16.67 percentage is subtracted. Subtracted means 6 minus 1 is how much? 5670. All these questions, came in SSC. So 5 will correspond to 1, 1, 3, 4. Sorry. 5 will correspond to 5670. So you can say 5 will correspond to 5670 or 1 will correspond to 1134. How much you need actually? Original number 6. So 6 will be 1134 into 6. That will be your answer. And again, you don't always multiply and get the answer. What you can check is, you check the unit digit. You can say unit digit will be 4. If you are getting 2 unit digits are same, in any 2 options, two last one digit is same, go for last 2 digits. So how you can go for last 2 digits? If you multiply 34 into 6, whatever the last 2 digits are coming there, it will be coming in the option also. And SSC has not reached up to that level that they will give you last 2 digits also same in 2 options. So how you can find this one here? This is 180 plus 24, that is 204. So last 2 digits will be 04. Directly don't simply multiply and waste the time. Always use your options. No one is going to check how much you are good at multiplication. Next one. If it is given something like 11.11 percentage is added. So 11.11 percentage is 1 by 9 means 9 plus 1. Yes or no? 9 and 1 is given as how much? 900. So 10 is given as 900. So 1 is given as 90. What do you need? 9. So that is. So if you are adding with 8, 10. You are adding the 11.11 percentage of this, you will be getting the answer as 900. Clear? This one. If 64 is added in a number, the number becomes 157.14 or 157 1 by 7 percentage. So first thing you can do is 157 1 by 2 percentage you can write in terms of 100 percentage plus 57 1 by 7 percentage. That value will be 1 plus 4 by 7, or can you write this number as 7 plus 4 divided by 7? And in any fraction, if it is given 157 1 by 2 percentage, 1 by 7, sorry, it is not 1 by 2, 1 by 7 percentage is equal to this. You can say this is given equal to this. So what you can say, this value will become your result. This one will become result and this one will become base. What they are telling is, if 64 is added in a number, what you can take as a number? The number you can take as 7 only. This will be your number, base. They are telling if you are adding 64 in a number, it becomes 157 1 by 7 percentage of itself. You are adding how much? 64. But actually how much you are adding in a number? 7 is a number, right? How much you are adding? 4. So 4 you are adding, and actually in a question they have given 64. So 4 is corresponding to 64 means this is corresponding to 16. 1 is corresponding to 16. What value it is? 7. 7 will be 1, 1. The number will be 1, 1, 2. Clear? I hope this is clear now. Right? Do I need to repeat? Clear, right? So this one, if 930 is added in a number becomes 444.44 percentage. So what you can write this 400 percentage plus 44.44 percentage. Now 400 percentage is 4 and 44.4, that is what you can say here. Now this will become 36 plus 4 by 9. How can you write this value is 40 by 9. Now you can say 930 is added in a number, and your number is actually what you assume is 9. Can you write the same thing as 9 plus 31 divided by 9? You can say number is there and here also number is there, and how much you are adding? 31 you are adding. Actually in the question how much you are adding? 930. So what you can say, 31 is corresponding to 930. So 1 will correspond to 30. What do you need? 9, right? So 9 will correspond to 270. Clear? Are you able to get how you can solve the questions? Okay. Let's go for next one. This one. If 16 is added, I think this thing you can solve. So what you can say? 16 is added. 1162 by 3 percentage. You can say this is 1 plus 1 by 6. Or that is 6 plus 1 by 6. How much is added? 1. And 1 is corresponding to 16. How much you need? 6. So it will be 96. Our answer will be 96. This one. If 16 is added in a number and the number becomes 137 and a half. 137 and a half means what? 137 and a half is 1 plus 37 and a half is 3 by 8. Can you say this is 8 plus 3 divided by 3? Divided by 8, right? So in number 8, how much you are adding? 3. How much actually you are adding? 16. So 1 is corresponding to 16 by 3. So what do you need? 8. 8 will correspond to 16 by 3 into 8. That you can find. Okay. Or it's better you make something like this. You make it 18, so it will be better. So if you make it 18, what you will be getting it? One value is 6. So if one value is 6, what you can say that this will be 8 will be 6 into 8. So this will become 48. Hema clear? Okay. This one. Now area equal to length into breadth. Yes or no? Area equal to length into breadth. What is given? 10 percentage. 10 percentage and 20 percentage. This one is 20 percentage. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. There's some problem. Okay, the same question we'll be seeing here. Area equal to. Okay, there's some problem in the system. Let me see once. So what we can say that area equal to length into breadth. This is increased by 10 percentage and this one is increased by 20%. Previous question I'm taking. So this will become how much? You can say this will multiplying factor will be 1.1. Here multiplying factor will be 1.2. If you multiply, this will be getting as 1.32. You can say how much increase? 32 percentage increase. One method. Another method, 10 percentage, 20 percentage. How much will be coming totally? 32 percentage. Another method, what you can say? This is, what was that? 10 plus 20 plus 10 into 20 by 100. So from here also you will be getting 32 percentage. Right? Now, so all these methods are fine. Now let's check about this question. Again it is given area equal to length into breadth. How much increment here? 37.5 percentage. And in breadth how much? 20% reduction. What I told you, whenever you get something like this, it will be little difficult. Okay, it will be little difficult. Okay, so from there you can actually go with the method of ratio. Okay, so what you can say, length, breadth, area old and area new. 37.5% is 3 by 8 increase, 20% is 1 by 5 reduction. So what you can say about length? You can say about length, that is 8 will become 8 plus 3, that is 11. Yes or no? 37.5% increase means what? Base will become base plus result. Means this base will become base plus result. 8 will become 8 plus 3. And breadth will become actually how much? 5 will become 5 minus 1, that is 4. So you can say this is 40 and this is 44. How much change is happening? 4. So what you can say percentage change? 4 by 40 into 100, that is 10%. So 10% increase will happen in, increase will happen in your area. I hope this is clear. You can go by this method also. You can say, I'm just doing it, 100 and it is plus 37.5%. Plus 37.5% is 3 by 8, or you can simply say this will become 137.8. 137.5, sorry. 137.5. It will become. Now what you need to do is you have to subtract minus 20%. Minus 20% means what? You will be subtracting 5 2s, 5 7s and 27.5. When you subtract 27.5, what you will be getting? 110. So 100 to 110, how much change is happening? 10%. And that is what the increase. You can follow this method also, right? Clear, right? I hope it is clear. Okay. Now, let's check this question. So, about this question, what they are telling, side of square is 10%. Now, side of a square, what you can say, area of a square is what? Side, square or side into side? This is side is also, this one is also 10% and this one is also 10%. You can simply say this will be 10 plus 10 plus 10 into 10 by 100. How much? 21%. Yes or no? If it is given something like the side of square is increased by 62.5% or 62.5%, what you can say then? 62.5% is what? It is increased. What you can say, this value is 5 by 8. 5 by 8 means what you can say, that this is side A, this is side A, this is area old and this is area new. What you can say about this is, side will become, this 8 will become 13, yes or no? Again this 8 will become 13. Or what you can say, area previously it was 64, now it will be 169. How much change will be happening? 105. So what you can say, 105 by 64 into 100. Means anyway answer will be more than 100%. Or you can calculate this and get the answer. I hope it is clear, right? So by this is one thing. Another thing also you can solve. Suppose this is the thing. A circle is given, right? And radius is increased by 10%. Find the percentage change in its area. How will you find? So you will be saying that area will be pi r square, yes? Or you can say that is pi r into r. R 10% increase. Here also R 10% increase. So actually the increase should be 21%. But pi is also there, right? How will you solve then? Okay. Then remember, whenever successive increment is happening, constant will not change the percentage value. Because percentage itself is what? Change by original value into 100. Yes. Now change when you are finding, this change is also area, right? Change in area. And here also change of area, original area. You can say area by area. Area by area. Now this area only what? You are talking about the area of rectangle or area of circle? Circle only. You can say area of circle here, area of circle here. Area of circle means something pi into r1 I would say. And here it will be something like pi r square. So anyway pi and pi will get cancelled, right? When you are finding the percentage. What will be remaining? Only this change and this change will be remaining. That's why whenever anything is coming, something like pi r square, right? Pi r square is there. Pi is coming, a constant one. You will never take care of the constant. What you need to take care of? Only variable r and r. It will become a same case as rectangle case, L into B, R into R. So this will be giving you answer 21%. Okay. Suppose another example if I give you, a cylinder is there and its radius is increasing by 10% and height is also increasing by 10%. Then what is the percentage change in volume? How will you find? So one thing you should know, that is volume of cylinder is pi r square h, and you know one thing, that pi will not be taken care of. Pi we can simply leave, or you can write this pi into r into r into h. This one is 10%, this one is 10%, and this one is 10%. Yes, what you can say, if this is L, this is B, and this is H, not LBH, it should be something like R, R, H, volume old, volume new. What you can say, 1 by 10, this 10% is what? 1 by 10, increment means 10 will become 11, yes or no? So you can say from here, 10 will become 11, 10 will become 11, 10 will become 11. What you can say, 1000 volume is becoming how much? 1331. How much change is happening? 331. Or how much percentage change? 33.1%. I am writing this thing in the next page. The percentage change will be 1000 to 1331 will be 331, and that is 33.1% change. So you can apply for anything. You can apply for the volume of cuboid. You can apply for the multiplication of 4 variables. You can apply for the multiplication of 5 variables. Okay. So what actually you are doing? Okay, here what you are doing is 10 is becoming 11, 10 is becoming 11, 10 is becoming 11. Actually what you are doing? 10 is becoming 11 is what? Multiplying with 1.1, multiplying with 1.1, multiplying with 1.1, or what you can say, 1.1 whole cube. What is 1.1 whole cube? 1.331. 1.331 is what? 33.1% increase. So either you look by ratio method, you look by A, B method, or you could look by percentage method, successive increment method, or multiplying factor method. Anything is fine, you will be getting the answer. You should know all the methods, and whichever method is easy for you and saving time. Because generally the longest methods are the easier one. Okay. So you should always choose a method which is saving your time. I hope this is clear till now, right? Okay, let's check other questions. Okay, if the side, this question is still available. We have done this question, right? Okay, next, if the price of the sugar is increased by 16.67% and consumption of family is reduced by 20%, find the percentage change in family's expenditure. Now you know that expenditure value will be what? Consumption into price. Yes or no? Just now I told expenditure of any family will be what? Consumption into price. Now price is increased. This one is increased how much? 16.67%, and this one is getting reduced by 20%. Now what you can say, this one increase means you can write this value is plus 1 by 6 and this value is minus 1 by 5. Yes or no? Any doubt? No, right? So this one is plus 1 by 6 and this is minus 1 by 5 cause reduction, and plus 1 by 6 means increment is happening. Now same thing you can do here. You will be writing C here, P here, expenditure old and expenditure new. What you can say from this is, first we will talk about consumption. Reduction is happening means base will become base minus result means 5 will become 4 and price will become 6 will become 7, or what you can say, expenditure old was 30 and new it is 28. What will happen to expenditure now? It will be reduced. How much reduction will be happening? 2. or you can say 2 by 30 into 100, or that you can say 66.67 percentage. Which one? Sorry, yes, 2 by 30. Okay, 2 by 3 means it will be 66. It will be 6.67 percentage. You can remove this. 6.67 percentage. That is your value for percentage change in family expenditure. Are you able to understand? Yes? Journey clear, right? This one. The sale of cinema ticket is cinema hall is increased by 51 by 7 percentage. So sale, you can say ticket sold into price of ticket, that is 16 by 3, and this will be your revenue of cinema hall. This one is increased by plus 57 1 by 7 percentage, and this one is reduced or increased. This one is increased by plus 16 by 2 by 3 percentage. What actually you can say? This one is 4 by 7, increased one. This one is plus 1 by 6. What you can say? I am writing TS, PT, revenue old and revenue new. What you can say about this thing here, that this value 57, now this increased, right? 7 will become 11, and here also it will become 6 will become 7. What you can say? This value actually is 42, and this value is 77. So what you can say? This is 35. Difference is how much? 35. So percentage change will be 35 divided by 42 into 100, and you can solve. Generally, they will be giving you such a value that you will be getting a perfect number. Okay. So I have simply taken a value and then I am telling you the answer. Okay. Anyway, if you have to find that how much will be the percentage, how will you find? Approximate if you have to find. You can say if 42 is 100 percentage, so what is 10 percentage value? 4.2. Can you go 8 times? Can you go 8 times? 8 times if you go, 8 4s are 32 and then 6. Fine, possible, right? So you go 80 percentage. If you go 80 percentage, it will be 32 and 1.6. So it will be 33.6. So you can say your answer will be nearly 80 percentage, and that, that will be more than sufficient to mark the answer, because generally in SSC they will be giving you very far answers. Okay, clear? Check for this. A daily wage worker works 60 hours per week and he earns 2,400 as wages. If per hour wages is increased by 40%, duration of work is reduced by 16.67 percentage, find the percentage change in income. What you can say about the daily wage worker income? I am talking about one day. So you can say how many he is paid per hour, right? So number of hours worked into number of hours worked into what? His charges per hour, right? How much he is charging per hour? Suppose he is charging some 400 rupees and he is working for 6 hours. How much he will be earning? 2,400. That's how you can say. Okay. Now look here. What they are telling is number of hours. Now number of hours per hour wage is increased 40%. It means this one is 40% increase. 40% increase means, can you say this is plus 2 by 5? And here reduced by 16.67 percentage means number of hours or duration of work, 16.67 percentage reduction, or you can say minus 1 by 6. Now same thing you can find for income old and income new. 6 will become 5, 5 will become 7. What you can say, income before was 30, now it is 35. How much increase happening? 5. So 5 by 30 into 100, that is how much? 16.67 percentage only. Clear? Clear, right? Okay. Now there is another one. If student multiplies a number by 7 by 4 instead of 3 by 5, find the percentage error. How will you solve this? Very famous question, It's very famous question in SSC kind of exams. Okay. So what I can say that a student is there, he is multiplying. I'm assuming he is actually multiplying that number. I'm assuming that number is x. Now the correct value will be what? You can say if he multiplies with 3 by 5. And incorrect value is when he is multiplying with 7 by 4. Correct value. How much change is happening? You can say 7x by 4 minus 3x by 5. This much change is happening. So percentage error. This is error, right? This much he'll be getting extra. So you can say the percentage error will be what? 7x by 4 minus 3x by 5 divided by original value is what? Correct value. This only, right? So 3x by 5. And then you solve it. Waste lot of time. Gone. Now you can say one thing. This x you can take common and cancel. Means x is playing no role here. X is playing no role here. Just look properly. If we take this x value in such a way that it is divisible by 5 and 4. If we take such a value that it is divisible by 5 and 4, then this whole value will become integer. This whole value also will become integer. And this value also will become integer. Means you will be dealing with only integers. At least some of the problem will be easier, right? It will not be that much difficult then. Now, what I'm going to say is, the same case, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take x as a number which is divisible by 5 and 4 both. What will be that number? LCM of 5 and 4, that is 20. Suppose the number is 20. So 20 into 3 by 5 and 20 into 7 by 4. So how much it will be? 35. How much it will be? 30. Right? Sorry, 12. What I'm doing. So 5 4s are 12 and this is 4 5 sums are 35. How much increment is happening? 30. 23 actually. 23. So what you can say? How much percentage error? 23 divided by 12 into 100. Now which is easier? Whether this part is easier or this part is easier. Which part is easier? Obviously solving this is easier. This will be approximately equal to 200%. Yes or no? It is less than 200%. How much less than? 1 by 12. 1 by 12 is 8.33. So you can solve this 23 by 12 as 24 minus 1 by 12, or you can write 2 minus 1 by 12. 2 is 200% and 1 by 12 value is 8.33. So what you can write is 191.67% or 191 2 by 3%. Whichever you wish. I hope this is clear, right? You can take x value anything. You can take 100 also. Whatever value you take, it will get cancelled when you are finding the percentage. Because percentage is a unitless. Change by original value. Change by original value, both will have the same units. Constant will get cancelled. Anything common will get cancelled. Now if you understood this one, try to solve this. Correct value is 5 by 3. Incorrect value is 3 by 5. What you have to do is, you have to multiply with the LCM of 3 and 5. How much? 50. So this will become 25 and this is 9. How much change? 16. Percentage error 16 by correct value into 100. That is 64% error. The same concept will be coming in little different way. A student multiplies a number by 3 instead of dividing. Find the percentage error. So correct should be correct and incorrect. So actually he has to multiply, if he has to actually divide. This is correct one, but what he did is he multiplied. So what you can put here? Anyway, you can, what is the LCM of 3 and 1, right? 3 and 1 LCM is 3. You can say actually he should get 1, but how much he is getting? 9. How much extra? 8. So 8 by 1 into 100. How much percentage error? 800%. Very hit question, It is based on the previous concept only, but people can do that question, instead of multiplying with 3 by 4, 4 by 3. But when it comes something like multiplying and dividing, there will be issue for students. Clear?